the man who never argued, and everyone respected him. Most people believe that respect is something you earn by speaking louder, proving your point, or winning every argument. But sometimes, the strongest person in the room is the one who never feels the need to fight at all. This is the story of a man named Daniel. At first glance, there was nothing extraordinary about him. He wasn't famous. He wasn't wealthy. He wasn't particularly charismatic. He worked in a quiet office on the 10th floor of a busy building, arriving every morning before anyone else. He greeted everyone with the same calm smile. He made his coffee, sat at his desk, and quietly began his work. Most people barely noticed him, until they started noticing something unusual. No one had ever seen Daniel lose his temper, not once. At first, people assumed he was simply shy. Then they thought he lacked confidence. Some even believed he was weak. One afternoon, a co-worker publicly blamed Daniel for a mistake he hadn't made. Everyone in the room knew the accusation wasn't fair. The office became silent. People expected an argument. Instead, Daniel looked at the man, nodded gently, and said only 4 words. "I understand your frustration." Then he returned to his work. The room was filled with confusion. Why didn't he defend himself? Why didn't he expose the truth? Why didn't he fight back? Later that afternoon, another employee approached him. "You know, everyone realizes that wasn't your fault." People naturally looked toward Daniel, not because he was the manager, not because he was the loudest voice, but because he remained calm while everyone else became emotional. His presence changed the atmosphere. Without trying to lead, he became someone people trusted. One rainy evening, Daniel stayed late to finish a project. As he packed his bag, the company's oldest employee walked over to him. The old man had worked there for more than 40 years. He quietly asked, "Can I tell you something?" Daniel nodded. "I've watched hundreds of people come through this building. I've seen brilliant minds destroy their careers because of pride. I've seen talented people lose everything because they couldn't control their anger. But I've been watching you. You remind me of someone." Daniel looked curious. "Who?" The old man smiled. "A Roman emperor who ruled nearly 2,000 years ago." Daniel laughed softly. "You mean Marcus Aurelius?" The old man nodded. "He once wrote that you always have the choice not to have an opinion about something that doesn't truly matter. For years, I thought those words were impossible. Now I see someone living them." Daniel remained silent. Not because he didn't know what to say, but because compliments never changed the way he saw himself. The following months brought unexpected challenges. The company entered a difficult financial period. Departments were reorganized, managers were replaced, people became anxious. Rumors spread through every hallway. Arguments became more frequent. Friendships disappeared almost overnight. Everyone was trying to protect themselves. Everyone. Except Daniel. He continued showing up every morning with the same quiet discipline. He treated the janitor with the same respect as the CEO. He never joined conversations that humiliated others. He never spread rumors. He never celebrated another person's mistakes. One day, the company's director announced that a new department leader would be chosen. Many expected the promotion to go to someone louder, someone more aggressive, someone who constantly reminded others of their achievements. Instead, the director called Daniel's name. The room fell silent. Some were shocked, others seemed disappointed. One employee couldn't hide his frustration. "This doesn't make any sense. He's too quiet. He never argues. He doesn't even defend himself." The director smiled. "Exactly." Then he looked around the room. When everything around him became chaotic, he remained stable. When others attacked, he remained respectful. When fear entered this company, he remained trustworthy. Leadership isn't measured by who wins arguments. It's measured by who remains steady when everyone else loses control. For the first time, many people understood the difference between silence and weakness. Silence wasn't surrender. Silence was self-control. That evening, Daniel walked home beneath the golden light of the setting sun. As he crossed a small bridge, he remembered something his grandfather had told him many years before. "The world will always invite you to become louder. but wisdom will quietly invite you to become calmer. When Daniel was younger, he didn't understand those words. Now he lived them every day. That doesn't mean life became easy. People still criticized him. Some misunderstood him. Others underestimated him. But none of those things controlled his peace, because he had learned a lesson that many people spend their entire lives searching for. Not every battle deserves your attention. Not every insult deserves your response. Not every opinion deserves space inside your mind. The Stoic philosophers believed that every time we react without thinking, we hand part of our freedom to someone else. But every time we pause, every time we choose calm instead of anger, every time we refuse to become what someone else expects, we become stronger. Real strength is rarely loud. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't need applause. It quietly reveals itself through consistency. Years later, after Daniel retired, people still talked about him. Not because he had made the company millions, not because he had won awards, but because everyone remembered how they felt when they were around him. Safe, respected, heard, calm. His greatest achievement wasn't his career, it was the peace he protected every single day. And perhaps that is the greatest success any person can achieve. The next time someone insults you, the next time someone misunderstands your intentions, the next time life invites you into an unnecessary argument, remember Daniel. Remember that silence can be strength, patience can be courage, and self-control can become a quiet kind of power that no one can ever take away. Because in the end, the people who truly earn respect are rarely the ones who win every argument. They're the ones who never allow anger to decide who they become. If this story made you stop and reflect, subscribe for more timeless stories inspired by Stoic wisdom. Sometimes one story can stay with you far longer than 100 speeches. Perhaps this was one of them.